everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is Sunday night and you're probably viewing this video Monday evening, sometimes in the afternoon or thereafter. This weekend, guys, I just decided to chill. I normally try to do a video and get it up to you Friday, Saturday sometime, or have it uploaded so it'll premiere on Sunday. But this weekend I just decided not to. A lot of things going on in my mind, guys, and I just took some time this weekend just to chill. I am currently on vacation, and I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do with my time. I want to travel home to visit my family for a few days, but there's some dynamics I got to work out for that to take place. So right now I'm just kind of in that limbo type of mode, and until I can see what happens Monday or Tuesday, then I can make a decision whether or not I'll be traveling. But I decided that I just wanted to try to just kind of wind down and ease myself into the weekend. You know, it's just like that sometimes, especially with everything that's going on, guys. And I'm gonna be honest with you, you know, we are experiencing a lot right now, and guys, I'm just gonna say it like it is. This is hurting. What we're experiencing right now is hurting, and it's amazing that people don't want you to feel what you feel. You know, if you say you're hurting, they're taking it in a negative way, like that means you're giving up on things. It doesn't mean that. You're just embracing what you're feeling. And I'm hurting right now, guys, and I know a lot of you are hurting as well. And I know that there's not an option to give up, but to keep pressing forward and hoping that things will work out for us. But to acknowledge the fact that I'm hurting right now is just what I need to do. And so I've been sitting with it and thinking about it and working on it, and trying to understand it and talking myself through it and praying about it, you know. And that's what people normally tell you, just pray about it. You know, God never gives up on you. No, I know all of that, guys. So I really don't need that in the comments. I do know that, but I'm just acknowledging what I feel. That's one of the things that people fail to realize, that what you feel is what you feel. What you think is what you think. And to try to pretend like you don't do it is really being a hypocrite. Just acknowledge it. That doesn't mean you give into it and then whatever happens, happens. But you have to talk to yourself like I do. And I'm like, you know what, Lydia? This is hurting me right now. I'm feeling really emotional, because the divide that's happening in the nation is something that we hadn't seen for, 40 years. And even though we know certain things always were there, it was a little bit more hidden. But to see it kind of take a step backwards, or several step backwards to, the 60s, 50s, and 60s is amazing. And so I'm hurting by that, and it is damaging relationships. I've seen friendships severed, and I think that one of the most important things to do if you're not a person of color, and that is to stand by your friends. Stand by your friends if you see them hurting, and acknowledge that. You know, no one is blaming this generation today, for the things that has happened. But to hide your head in the sand is almost like, not even wanting to acknowledge the fact that this is happening. It's turning a blind eye to what's going on. And the most important thing we all need right now, support from everyone. So I just needed to say that today, which is kind of getting me into my topic today. I posted on my Facebook page today, and I'm going to read it. This meme, sometimes I get these, it's not a meme, it's a quote. Sometimes these quotes come through to me from friends, or sometimes I'll see it on a poster or somewhere, and it says that every single choice we make is either going to enhance the spirit or drain it. Every day we're either giving ourselves power or taking it away. And so in thinking about that, I was like, wow, that is so true. We have choices that we got to make. All of us have choices that we got to make right now. And the choices that we make are going to impact us in some way, some shape, form, or fashion. But nevertheless, there is a choice that we got to make, and it's either going to enhance and elevate us, or it's going to drain us. Because regardless of what we choose, the outcome affects every single one of us. We can pretend like the choices that are going on, or the things that are happening in the world that are going on, are not going to affect us as a whole, but it does. Because regardless of what anybody thinks, we have to reside on this planet together. And unless we just cut the planet in half and go to our separate corners, we have to reside together. So whatever choices that you're making for your life right now greatly impacts you as well. So think about that when you're making decisions of what you're going to do and how you're going to respond to certain things. Remember that it's like a boomerang. Throw it out, but it comes back. So it's going to affect you in some kind of way. And it's either going to give you power or it's going to take it away. And see, we all need the power to overcome, the power to succeed, the power to be unified. And if we don't come together, it's going to sever it. It's going to take it away. And so I thought that was very, very profound and very, touching that came across my social media today. And it just had me thinking, because I have been sitting in my feelings and hurting about it and thinking about it and thinking about what's to come. We got to get back to living. We are learning how to cope and live with this COVID thing, even though a lot of states are experiencing increase, but I see that people are learning how to live with that. And so in saying that, we also got to learn how to deal with, the differences that we share, the cultural differences. And we got to figure this thing out. And, it's so much hurt happening right now. And I just hate to see that we get to a place where we'll live for the next 10, 20 years in divide. And so at some point, someone has to take a seat at the table with everyone and say, hey, let's talk about this. What do we need to do? Because one of the things I heard somebody say is, I read on my social media platform, and it's been a few weeks back, it said that I don't see color. I'm going to tell you something. I guess it depends on how you mean that, because we all see color. It doesn't matter. That doesn't make you a person that hate, and I'm refraining from using certain words on my platform because I don't want to have my video flagged. But we all see it. We all see it. So to say that you don't is not being honest. Let's just be honest about that. That doesn't make you a bad person to say that you see it. But it's a choice to respect it. It's a choice to embrace it. It's a choice to unify and to help one another and to love one another. Those are all choices that we can make if we truly want to. But we got to learn how to do that. And the only way that's going to happen is actually to sit down and have that hard conversation and be uncomfortable. We got to be uncomfortable. I remember there was times when I was afraid to say certain things because I was uncomfortable, because I didn't want anybody to think that I thought a certain way about the different races. I didn't want people to think that I was prejudiced in any way, and I used to refrain from saying certain things, but the conversation have to be had. We can't avoid it. We can't pretend like it doesn't exist. It exists, guys. And it's time for us to realize that and to sit down and have this conversation with one another and be open and be honest. And a lot of this, is not, the responsibilities of these little kids is running around. It's all from our ancestors and the generations before us who have taught and ingrained this into their children. So I always taught my children to love everybody and to treat people fairly and treat people the way that they want to be treated. And that's all it really takes. You want to treat people the way you want to be treated. So if you like being treated, well and respected and loved, if that's how you like to be treated, then that's the way you have to treat other people, regardless of where they're from. And no one is better than the other person. It's amazing to me that people try to judge the different demographics. We all have different cultural aspects of our lives. We all were taught different things. That doesn't make anybody uneducated or dumb or shouldn't be respected. You know, I once met this young woman who came to work, and she spoke a lot of broken English. And on the job, that's when I was managing at the hotel, and she was a front desk clerk, and that was a little bit of a language barrier when, you know, talking to customers when they were checking to the hotel. And she spoke English, she understood it, but it was really hard for her to speak it sometimes, and she would, you know, use words wrong or break them up wrong or pronunciate them wrong. And so people perceived her as being uneducated. But do you know this woman could speak 5 languages, including English? So we often judge people and not know their background based on the fact that they're into a different culture. And because it doesn't seem to level up to where we're supposed to be or where we think we are, then we want to put that person beneath us. So it is time for us to sit down and have the conversation so that we can understand each other and each other's cultures and respect where we are. And I'm saying this with all love in my heart, but I'm hurting. I'm hurting because I'm seeing this country fall completely apart. And if we don't do that, I don't know where we'll be. So I'm soliciting to all of you to try to make a difference. You know, it's easy to say, I'm angry, I'm gonna hate everybody, and I'm not talking to people, and this, that, and the other. But we need to be able to live in harmony. And I'm all for supporting my culture, you know, my demographic, and all of that, and helping us to make sure that we are respected. Don't get me wrong on that. I'm pro that. Trust me when I say that. But at the same time, I know that I have to live here for now. And I know I work here for now. And I know my grandchildren are here. And my children are here. And I want to make sure that they have opportunities to be able to have the things that they need to have be able to have a productive, happy life. They deserve it. My ancestors died for that. I'm fighting for it for them. So that is all I want to share today. Just want to share my feelings. I said that, you know, with the rebranding of my channel, I'm going to be more honest in my thoughts and my feelings. Because I can't always be on here like, you know, bouncing off the walls. But be honest and have a real honest conversation with you guys about life and where we are and what is it that we need to do to make it better. So thank you for tuning in today. If you're new to the channel, I welcome you. And if you found something here that would be inspiring to you, motivating to you, or simply entertaining, I would love to have you become a part of the family. Please subscribe by touching that bell right here. Well, subscribe and then hit that notification bell, and that'll let you know when I will be uploading a video. And to all of the returning subscribers and my long time followers, thank you for tuning in again. I hope you guys have had a wonderful weekend. I'm still working on rebranding this channel. I got some exciting things coming, some things that I'm doing to promote my channel more. You'll hear more about that coming soon. So thank you guys, and I hope that you all will have a wonderful week coming up. Please be safe, take precautions. You know, everything is still going on. It might look good outside, but it's still dangerous, guys. So make sure you take care of yourself. And I will see you guys in the next video. Remember, always peace and love, kisses and hugs, and I'll talk to you soon.